the excitement as I watched that, the possibility of change and creation, which is something personally I've found hard to generate, and I really felt an uplifting inside me as I watched that, and particularly as I read the words. Actually, the words just spoke to my heart directly. Each one of those areas, connection, prayer, harmony, meditation, everything just sings. And yeah, it feels exactly right.
Thank you for sharing, Rich. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Last chance. Do you want to say hi, Martin? Do you want to check in quickly?
Hello, everybody. I'm in Forest Row. I've been involved in Sacred Heart for a little while. Helped out in the first. Actually, it was the second festival, wasn't it? The first online festival that we did back in March, which was actually quite a success. I thought we had lots of wonderful musicians, including Maria, who's there. Scott and Maria. They're a wonderful band. And Ginny is just over there on my screen. Was a major part of that as well. So I'm a producer, musician, sound person. I do perform and produce records, or have done in the past anyway. I think it's on a personal level, because I just get drawn back to the importance of vibration in this maelstrom that we're in at the moment. I get caught up in what's going on, and realize that we just need to be centered in high vibration, and we can do that through sacred sound, through music. I think it's absolutely it's a vital medicine in this time. And we have a grouping of musicians, people who are associated with the Sacred Heart, and obviously doing their own thing as well, who are also focused on high vibrational music. And I think it's yes, it'd be wonderful if we can get that out into the world a bit more. I think it's something that's really needed, and I think will be increasingly so. I don't think this is going to turn off anytime soon, and I think we're going to need to come back to ourselves and find the truth in vibrations, in the higher vibration. Just enough for now.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Thanks for all your work and all your support and everything that you do. Joy, welcome. Do you want to quick check in, say hi?
Hello, everyone. You can see me. Yeah, I know. Well, I've seen the work you've been doing, an incredible festival before. Yeah, I was originally drawn to the Sacred Heart Collective because I used to run a heart song circle and bring people into nature and sing and kind of keep that heart alive through offering that space. So I'm really excited that all of this is happening and you're bringing everyone together, all of you are. And I think I'm going to be doing some music in December, which I'm excited about. So I thought I'd come and pop on and see what you are envisioning here. And I got a little message from Maria earlier, a little poke to so come and join the tribe. So yeah, thank you. That's it for now. I play the harp and sing and write songs. Share the love. Thank you.
Joy makes amazing harps. Thank you, Joy. She makes these incredible harps. You might see them around. They're very special beings of happiness.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I will be playing some in December, I'm sure.
Yay, nice. I have seen one in the flesh. I'm lucky, one of the lucky few. Thanks, Joy. Awesome. Okay, ladies and gents, so I'm going to run through this presentation, and it is, I haven't seen it myself in ages, so I apologize if it's not completely, it's not completely prepared, but the bare bones will be there, and it'll give us idea of where we've come up to, and sort of some idea of what we're trying to achieve in some respects. But obviously all this is it's a flow, and it's a creation, and it's a creative process. So everything is in flux all the time. It's always changing and growing and diminishing and increasing. So, none of this is set in stone. It's all part of the creative process as we raise ourselves and heal ourselves and grow our community and envisage even bigger and better and more beautiful things. But this is some of the things that we've been thinking about in the past. I'll just start with slide 1. This was us at the singing circles that we hold at Jenny's home in West Hoathly. And this is how the Sacred Heart Collective sort of arose, was these singing circles that we did at Hoathly Hill. And this is one of those singing circles where we gathered around the fire and we sing medicine songs, mantras, and generally just enjoy being in community, singing sacred devotional songs. The Sacred Heart Collective, elevating consciousness through the power of sound. This is one of our visions, is to someday have a place where we can grow food, possibly a living community in some respects, but we're very much about promoting each community to be growing wholesome, nutritious, biodynamic, organic, life-giving food full of nutrition that's not imported or full of chemicals, or don't have any nutrition in it, or is high toxicity levels. So this is part of our vision, to be healthy, strong. So the vision of the Sacred Heart Collective is to exist to facilitate a community co-creating through sacred sound, healing, and movement to inspire, uplift, and connect. We carry out this sacred work as a collective of equal participants, sharing inspiration, workload, support, and reward directly in alignment with this vision. We're a non-profit community supporting healing musicians, artists, and facilitators. This is a vision we had for the creation of spaces where we gather to sing, pray, and to heal. Our initiatives is that we seed and promote a number of initiatives that fulfill our vision. We invite inspired co-creators to assist with any initiatives they feel inspired and aligned with. Our initiatives serve as platforms for you to express your unique skills and gifts in contribution to our shared vision. Our financial model is, at present, all members of the collective are contributing as volunteers as we build energy and momentum. Over time, we aim to develop innovative ways to generate income for our healing artists and to sustain the collective. We are presently considering the following monetization methods: funding, donations, membership fees, skill sharing courses, paid concerts, and festivals. All financial decisions are made democratically by the members of the collective. The Sacred Sound Festival exists to create powerful experiences of sacred sound which shift the consciousness of people and the planet. Our festivals serve as a platform for sacred sound musicians to reach a broader audience through our diverse media channels. We actively promote sacred sound musicians to amplify their mainstream exposure. Sacred Medicine Music is a promotional agency for sacred sound musicians. We use our global network of musicians and industry contacts to support our artists to develop their branding, outreach, and business plans in order to reach a wider audience. We promote our artists through concerts, festivals, social media fundraising, campaigns, mindset training, skill sharing, and networking. So you've seen a few of these images so far. And this was the vision I had at the end of the first lockdown, was that we needed to buy a piece of land as a community. And on that piece of land, we needed to build a temple. And the temple would be to gather to do ceremonies, to gather to do singing circles, and to gather to learn, to grow, to connect, to heal. And so this was the vision that we came up with. So we envisage a temple space where our community gathers to play and sing sacred songs, hold retreats, grow food, practice sustainability and eco-regeneration, run many festivals and provide educational initiatives. A dedicated team will care for the land, creating the infrastructure, making it possible for people to gather, heal, celebrate, and grow. So we believe in community. This is a picture from an eco-village, which is quite inspiring. And so we welcome inspired and committed members who feel aligned with our vision. We operate on a voluntary basis, connecting regularly through our singing circles and online community. Contribute as much or as little as you like, sharing your skills and passions. And what next? The first step is to join our online community where you find out more. And that's connecting with us on the Sacred Heart Collective platform. Okay, so that was just like a general overview of a presentation that we plan to give at some stage. So you guys are the first recipients of the basic presentation. It sort of gives you a general overview of how we're sort of thinking in some respects, yeah. As yet, you know, we haven't really formally organized in any shape or form, and we just have to see how things develop. Obviously, it's an organic, creative process, and the vision, that I have is personally to buy some land, some woods, build a temple, so we can sing and gather. That's like very basic. That's just basically it. And I think those type of spaces, community spaces, should be available in every community. So even if like Pamela's bought her own land or place, maybe she'd create something like that there, or wherever you are, Annie, wherever you are. These are maybe even the one that we create, hopefully when that becomes a reality, can become a model for other places to develop. So, we just find that there's no space like that available for us to gather, that we sort of have control over, that's not controlled by other outside forces that can tell us when to come or when not to come. So we want to, control over our own place, our ownership or sort of responsibility, so that we could choose when we want to gather and gather when we want, to be able to sing and pray and do ceremonies and learn and do workshops and all that type of community type of thing. So that was it. And that was, so the vision is like all these few things. It's the temple space and it's the Sacred Sound Festival, but they all focus on creating, uplifting consciousness, healing, peace, making the world a better place, connecting people through sacred sound, creating community, and health, giving food and nourishment. So all these things we wish for everybody, but we want to create it for ourselves first, and then we can, be a model for other people. Obviously everybody's doing this in some way, shape or form around the world. A lot of people are, but we obviously want to create it for ourselves, and hopefully that can inspire other people to do it in other parts. And then eventually will be peace on earth. It's simplistic, but it could be that easy. So anybody want to share at this point before? Go for it, Peter.
Plant a seed, right? Plant a seed and let it grow. I'm feeling somehow very aligned with this whole. I've had a recent birth, and there's all this energy that's going to be welling up inside me for the last 2 years, and it just hasn't had an outlet. I'm feeling it. I'm finally finding that outlet.
Great. Great, thanks, Peter. Awesome. Leah, did you want to say something? Can't hear you, Leah. Just unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Thank you. I just love it. It's a beautiful vision is in my heart. Love it. Been having this vision for many years. One question I really need to be clear on, Samesh, is that with the communities, how's your vision here regarding people living on this land, or is it land where we meet? Is it people living on the land as well in this vision, or?
That's the ultimate, but that gets really complicated, especially in the UK, yeah? So, in Portugal, we spent 3 years in Portugal, traveling around to different communities and looking at setting up a community and buying land and stuff like that. And, I think the biggest issue I see with the world at the moment is not even like, all the dark forces and all the cabal and all that type of thing, and the government and all the corruption. The biggest problem I see in this planet is that people who are more conscious, people like us who want the best for the world and who are actively trying to heal ourselves and heal each other, is that we can't organize effectively. We can't organize as effectively as the dark forces. They're so, I don't know, they just do everything so well. Like whenever we try to get stuff together, it's like it becomes a disaster. So I think once we learn as a community to be able to, somehow align in a way that, because the power of the light is always far more powerful than the power of the dark. The power of darkness, light and love is connective and integrative, and darkness and negativity is destructive and disruptive, So as soon as we can learn to organize effectively, and some of us are, some parts are, but if we could get as good at organizing as the dark forces, the negative forces, there's nothing that could stop us. We'd be amazing, So this is like some of the hurdles that we have to overcome. We have to overcome the inability to be able to organize effectively. And in terms of land in the UK is difficult because, you have this challenge of planning permission. So initially, there obviously are organizations in the UK that have organized as eco-villages that are living on the land. But essentially, just for us, I didn't, because we are a community, especially Forest Row. We live all, we don't live that far away. We are a eco-village in some respects. You could say that, more conscious beings are, we connect.
Okay.
We do all the things that an eco-village does. We just don't live on the same piece of land. But, a piece of land generally is just something that we have more authority and control over, that we can do our stuff in, that we don't have to ask permission from somebody else. So, it's quite easy to, well, it's easy enough to find a piece of land in and around East Sussex that's 5 or 6 acres, and it doesn't cost a huge amount of money, like 50, 60, 70,000 pounds. And if we raise some funds, it wouldn't take too many people to raise enough funds to cover that type of money. So the idea was just very simply, it doesn't matter where that can grow. We don't know where it can grow to, but simply to find a piece of land that, and organize a group of people effectively enough that we can find a piece of land that's 5 or 6 acres that we can buy as a collective, that we can put a temple on, and that we can hold ceremonies and gatherings on. That's just basically it. And then from that can grow like workshops and learning how to be self-sustainable and how to grow our own food and how to, and then just be a place that we could gather to connect. So that's just the initial thing. Obviously we'd all love to live on the same piece of land in the eco-village type, intentional community type format. That's would be my dream eventually. But it also, that comes with challenges, and yeah, at the moment that's not the reality, but that's my personal vision. I'd love that, it's an amazing way to live. If you can find a group of people that you can live in harmony with, it's super amazing.
As a matter of interest, really lovely people who I don't know. Who's close to Forest Row? Whom would benefit from something like that? Me and Ginny and Maria. So we got a good few. So it's worth talking about then.
Hi.
Hey, Stella.
Thanks for sharing those videos. They're really beautiful. I'd seen the first one probably on Facebook. Yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful vision, Samesh, and I would definitely love to be involved. I'm down near Brighton, but it's pretty close to where you guys are, and I think it's so weird, isn't it? Because we've gathered together, and I've gathered together with a variety of friends in different ways over the last 7 months, and it's been so important to gather together and sing and just be together. And we're not supposed to do that, are we, these days? So I don't think I've ever been to more illegal gatherings in my life. This year it's been a lot. So I guess we need somewhere to do that. If we want to, we were talking about song circles and ceremonies and how we can get together, but it's like, oh, where are we going to do it, and who's going to do that, and where are we going to park the cars, and what if the neighbors see? And it's kind of been this vibe really, and we're all a bit confused. Or if we have a ceremony, are we allowed 30 people? Maybe that's what it says on the government website. Oh, we'll go with that then. So it's all really confusing, and yet to have that vision, to have somewhere where we could be together, it's really, really beautiful and really needed. And who knows what the rest of the year, the months next year is gonna be like. So we want to be together, we want to come together, we want to sing. The things that we love to do appear to be illegal right now, I guess, but I think we're all carrying on doing that. So anything that can support that, I will support very much so thank you. And yeah, it sounds beautiful. Let's do it.
Yay. Oh. Thanks, Stella. Thank you. I agree. Let's do it. Go, Pamela.
It is absolutely amazing hearing this vision, because it's been my vision for 30 years. Well, actually probably longer, since I was really, really young. And I do see that it is possible. It really is. It's just a case at the moment, because everything is kind of up in the air at the moment, but in a good way. Things are changing. and they're going to change. And this is such a ripe opportunity for us to actually step in and shape, actually give structure and shape to the change that we want and the way that we want to live. Forget about bloody planning permission, excuse my French, planning permissions and all those sort of things. They are of the old order. That is crumbling. It's falling apart. It never did work, and it certainly doesn't work now. But we need to come together in order to actually put some alternative in there for people. Basically, for us, if we can do it as a group, we can then share that out into the rest of the world, as you were saying, Thomas. It's great, and I will help in any way that I can. Even though I'm probably quite a long way away from Forest Row, I don't think it really matters where we are. And yeah, you know, the little bit of land I'm buying is tiny. It really is. It's minute. But there's a couple of sheds, little old sheds there. And I looked at the footprint the second time I went to see it and thought, one of them's going to fall down anyway. They didn't have planning permission to even put them up in the first place. But I looked at the footprint and thought, oh my God, I can't do the big thing that I've always wanted to do, which was a bit like the temple. I've had that design in my head for years, and I've actually drawn it all over the place. But I thought, well, okay, that footprint isn't as big, it's smaller, but okay, so I just make it smaller until I can find somewhere to transport that, to do it bigger. And I can't do it on my own. I can't build it on my own. But together, if we all pull, we've all got skills, we've all got knowledge, we've all got experience of doing different things in different ways. And if we pull all that together, we can do it. Right, I've said my bit.
I agree, Pamela. Thank you for sharing. Thanks, Stella. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Beautiful. So, you know, it's good that we inspire each other to make these changes, to have visions, to think beyond the narrative that's being fed to us on a daily basis by the news and by mainstream media and by the current, you know, whatever agenda that's being played out. So we have to, I feel personally for myself, to be uplifted, to have a purpose, a sense of direction, to have these ideas in my field of vision, just to give me something to lift my spirits. And you know, whether they become true or nothing or not, it's immaterial. It's more like, can we envisage something? Can we organize effectively as a community? And can we manifest something out of the ether that has a positive impact on the planet and on each other? And I think that's an interesting experiment, because generally you would think that buying a small piece of land with a group of people and putting on a temple isn't too outstretched. You know, it's a bit, it's not too, you know, it's not like, you know, it's a small step, and I think it's completely achievable. So that's sort of like one project that I think, you know, is an achievable project as a community we could really get behind and create. And that's something that could make a big impact on ourselves, be a beautiful community resource, and maybe we could do anything, could be a model for other communities, and surely it'll be a positive thing. And that's one project. And then the other project is the Sacred Sound Festival, which I think eventually will be an actual physical festival. So maybe we can envisage that, okay, next year, right now it's an online festival, but next year it could be a physical festival, right? where people come from all over the planet, and I want to see everybody there. Okay, everybody here, you all got cars, boats, roller skates, roller blades. You can all make it, yeah? Pop your tents on your back. We're all heading to the Sacred Sound Festival. And we'll have, you know, like a physical festival. How amazing would that be? To add to the smorgasbord of festivals that makes England such an amazing place to be over the summer. So that is the vision for that. And in the meantime, while that is, you know, percolating, we have the Sacred Sound Festival, which I envisaged for the 24th of December to the 4th of January. I did think a little bit. Leah, we had our last meeting, and Leah proposed to start the festival on the 21st of December, which is solstice. And I think it's awesome, but a 14 or 12 day or 14-day festival doesn't quite sit. 10 days seems to be just quite a nice number. And also I don't really want to get mixed up with any of the solstice type activities that are going to happen around the 21st. So personally, I feel that the 21st wouldn't be right to start that festival, because lots of people will be at solstice type activities, and maybe solstice would be more something to be like in-person event. Like I'd like to be somewhere physically on solstice. I don't want to be stuck in my I don't want to be online. So that's what I felt about the 21st. I don't know, Leah, did you have any more ideas about the 21st? Maybe we can do something. Maybe we can do a ceremony here in Forest Row on the 21st.
I really feel what you're saying about being outside. That was my feeling, being outside. I actually was seeing everybody being outside, and you know, singing to the waters outside, and singing along the ley lines outside. I was feeling outside. So happy to talk more with you on that one another time, because we're on a different schedule here. But perhaps if I sent you a suggestion, but definitely outside, and devotional singing along those ley lines, which can link into the St. Michael lines, and internationally. Already speaking with some fellows out, you know, opening up some stargates and linking in with the cosmic grid. So that was flowing in place anyway. It'd be lovely to have some devotional singing sung along those ley lines as well, but you know, it can be any time, that one. So going with the flow on that, Samesh.
So I think we definitely do something on the 21st in Forest Row, around Forest Row for solstice. That'd be lovely, yeah?
Cool.
That'd be great, yeah. So the idea is to start a festival, 10-day festival on the 24th of December for 10 days. And the idea was that whether there's lockdown or not, you know, I know a lot of people over the Christmas and New Year's period, it's quite a difficult time. Either because they're at family that, you know, that, well, just over that time, it's such a weird time, right? Because like the imposition of our general materialistic culture is just so imposing over that time. You know, generally, like, I like the time, I like Christmas and stuff like that, but it literally has been quite, you know, taken over by this materialistic type of, you know, ritual that is quite, you know, quite intense. And for a lot of people who don't have family and don't have friends that can be, or have a community, can be quite a lonely time. So the idea was to create a festival over that time so people can connect in with a community that they feel connected to. So even if people are going away to family and meeting up with family wherever they are in the world, they can still have a place to gather once a day, or, you know, whenever they want, where they can feel connected on an ongoing basis throughout that period. So in that vein, I put the call out, and a number of different musicians have answered, and we have a whole schedule of different performances over that time. So that was the Sacred Sound Festival coming up, 10 days of sacred devotional music and community. And then the other idea, which I can't remember who said it, but it was a good idea anyway. I think it was Vandita, was to do a movie, like an intentional conscious movie over that time. So we could like gather around Zoom, everybody in the room, and then we could watch the movie together, and then we could have a chat afterwards. Because there's so many amazing movies out there, and you know, over that time we've got so much time to gather and connect. So we're just making different opportunities for people to gather and be in community. And you know, we may or may not be in lockdown, but you know, this medium is just so rich. It's such a great way to connect. So, anybody have anything to say? Yes, Annie.
Hey everyone. Yeah, so many different points there about all the presentations and what you're saying about the festival and meeting up on solstice. It's difficult to know what to kind of come back to on what, you know. Yeah, I think, yeah, there's been a growing need for this sort of thing for a long time, and working with projects. I've done a lot of community projects since around 2012, working with setting up an alternative community centre in Bristol, which I did for about 2.5 years, and then most recently sort of in my area. And like you were saying about the dark side, it is really difficult to find people that are sort of open and committed to actually furthering a better cause and putting the work in up front, which is, yeah, where it sort of falls down, I think. So for me, I'm really excited because I think this is finally the group and the people that is, you know, the rest of the team to kind of pull this collective dream of everyone's together. Yeah, I'm just quite excited. And my heart's quite open, so I'm a bit like, yeah, great stuff. I'm happy to help in any way, shape or form that I can. Yeah, I'm kind of, thinking quite a lot about the mechanics of how this could work, because I've done quite a lot of this stuff. So there's kind of, I guess some more questions I can ask, but I don't know if now's the exact time or later. So yeah, anyway, that's me. So I'll leave it there.
Thanks, Annie. Yeah,
I wonder something, maybe Annie knows about this. So if you formed a Sacred Heart co-op, a cooperative, and then that co-op could buy the bit of land, and it wouldn't be any one person that owned it, but the co-op would own it. Do you know about such things like that?
Yeah, I did set up and run a cooperative which was basically a grade 2 listed building in Bristol, which we ran as a nightclub at the weekend and then a community centre in the week, and did loads of different stuff. We did weddings and markets, and we had circus rigging in the roof, so there were circus shows. It kind of went all over the place, but you know, it takes over your life and you end up doing 80-hour weeks, so it's not something that's fully sustainable. But a cooperative is...
I think setting up a co-op is a good way to work like this collectively and buy a bit of land.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it would be, everyone's obviously equal in a co-op, which can cause as many problems as it solves at the same time. So there's managing that in and of itself. It depends really. You probably want a different business model for the different types of projects that you would want. So you were going to do something like, you know, buying a bit of land. I don't know if you're looking into getting funding, charitable funding or anything like that, then you're going to have either a CIC company or be set up as a charity to get that. And then there's all sorts of other things. You have to have the right, you know, you can have different arms. It's kind of like a spider for each different aspect. But I mean, yeah, it depends really which direction you want to go in first. So yeah, I've got quite a lot of experience, but yeah.
Well, that's great experience. That's really, really good experience, because yeah, it's that, you know, it's a massive project, isn't it? It is a massive project, and it's really important the way it's set up, the
Yeah.
foundations. You know, because I know there are people, you know, that have the money to buy certain pieces of land, but the idea was to really be doing it in a cooperative and doing it as an equal, as each person equal. So there's no sort of ownership, you know, issues. But then again, like Annie says, with any group of people, you know, again, there's challenges that come up with that as well. So, but you know, like I said, we've got to learn how to organize effectively as a positive, you know, positive, conscious group of people, because you know they are. So we have to find some way to balance out. Yeah, we must be able to, you know, there must be ways of learning to getting to a stage where positive people with positive intention can organize effectively and create, you know, create positive projects. It has been done, you know, it has been done. Yes, Rich. Hi.
Hi. I'm just trying to feel into where I might play a role here. Clearly, the 24th is just over a month away ish. Am I right about that? Yeah, something like 5 or 6 weeks. So I think the question I have is, what do you need right now, Somesh? You say quite a few musicians who are willing to perform, and perhaps a program in your mind beginning to flesh out. What practically, I'm here in Brighton, what practically can I offer you at this stage to take pressure off you, or to take hold of one aspect of this which might be useful? Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that thanks for that question, Rich. You know, to tell you the truth, I really don't know. I've got no idea what I need or what we need. I just pray that when we need it, that somebody's there to fulfill that function. But what I do know is that it's, you know, one person can do it, but it's so much more fun and so much easier if more people take part and do it. But the last thing we want is to have loads of people doing it and then spend more time trying to, you know, coordinate and manage, rather than actually, you know, making it happen. But at the same time, it would be amazing if we could do this as a team instead of, you know, me doing it as me. It would be so much nicer and so much more fun and so much, you know, and again, it's practice for community. And there's also opportunities for people to contribute in terms of specific tasks that, in terms of the festival right now, like I'm just focused on the festival. For 10 days, you know, the point is to create, it's a contribution. It's an opportunity to contribute. So for me, that's my inspiration. I come up with this idea, like it's an inspiration. It comes up from somewhere within me. And I'm like, okay, that'd be great. Let's just, you know, and then I just do it because I feel inspired to do it. And then, you know, I don't really know at any stage what's required. I just jump in and I pray that I have enough resources and enough skills and all the things that need to happen in order to make it a reality. And normally that works out. And I would love, you know, if anybody here feels the same desire to contribute, and this is an avenue for you to contribute and be part of this team. You know, and if you see something that you feel like that you want to contribute, you know, this is the opportunity to do that. In terms of specific requirements, you know, like anything, there's always, like, if we do it as a team, especially in terms of marketing, you know, marketing, there's going to be a certain amount of money that I have to pay and pay marketing. Yeah, that's one thing. But it does help, and really, really is amazing if, you know, instead of like me posting to 500 groups and everybody seeing me posting to 500 groups, that it's like more than just me posting to 500 groups, because people get bored of me posting, and every time they see my post they just start ignoring them because there's that Somish posting about his bloody festival again. So, you know, sometimes it's nice for it to be heard from different people, and then it has more impact because you know, different people have, you know, can come to it from a different angle, and also like your friends and stuff like that. So you have different access to a different network than I do, and sharing it from your network makes a bigger difference because I don't have access to that network. Then, you know, technical support on the 10 days. I'm sure during the 10 days there will be times when, you know, I don't need to be available all the time. Hopefully there's some people that can fill certain slots. So we'll have possibly have a schedule where people can contribute. And, you know, there's always a host when we have a meeting, like we have the Zoom meeting. It's always good to have one person who's hosting it, like a compere, who sort of manages a thing. But then there's always good to have somebody like technical backup, somebody who's supporting that person. Like if that person needs to go to the toilet, or that person needs to, you know, maybe that person's computer blows up, or, you know, the internet dies, or any of those things, you know, it's always good to have backup. So throughout the 10 days of festival, hopefully we'll have some backups. And then while that, so you have your compere, your person who's running the event, then you have your backup, your technical support, or your support. And then you have additional backup. And those people are like, okay, so the event is live on Facebook. Now we can take that event and share it to different places, right? Like one person just has that task in mind, and it's really good and easy to focus on that task and make that happen. And then somebody who's looking after the chat and making sure, like, if people can't get into the Zoom room, that is all taken care of, because like one person doing all that, it just becomes quite overwhelming. So there's all these little things that people can, you know, can pick up the slack and just make it even better, because the point is that we're providing a service to people, right? And so the better service that we can provide, the more value that we can create, the better they're served, and the more impact that we can have on those people. So yeah, so all these little things, you know, if we have a team of people that are really connected, really know what they're doing, and have a good intention, and, you know, feel like they want to serve, you know, then all these kind of things become possible, that we can serve at a higher level than just me. I can serve at a certain level, I can do a lot, but with each person we can do even more, you know. So it's working out, like finding ways to share this event, or finding different ways to market, connecting people, sharing on groups. You know, there's so much that can be done. It's, you know, it's just the manpower to do it. That's the thing. So I don't know if any of that called you or spoke to you, but during the 10 days, we're definitely going to need some of that assistance.
I would suggest we get Harry's not on this call, but Harry was a big part of the festival last time round, and I think it would make sense to get together with him and do like a debrief of what we did last time, and see where we can. So because we haven't got to reinvent the wheel. We've done this once already.
Yeah.
So just seeing, you know, what was good, what wasn't good, what needed to be done in ahead. What roles you know won't be filled that were filled last time. So I think we should have it'd be good to schedule in the not too distant future a meeting of those who want to be involved with, and see if Harry's free to come along and get his perspective, because I know he's got a very good head on his shoulder, and he's seen you know what can be made to run smoothly this time round. I suspect he won't be able to put in the amount of work he did last time because he's quite busy now. And I hope he can sort of chip in occasionally.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea. Yeah, meet with Harry and discuss. Yeah, you know, I'll definitely have to have a meeting.
Yeah, and everyone who was involved in the last, you know, Vandita and Shivani and Ginny, of course, and Nicola. I don't know if I'm missing anyone else who was sort of part of the team last time round.
Yeah, like the question is like, how can we make this the most amazing festival for everybody that takes part? Like what can we do? What can each of us do? What little part can we play? Make this the most incredible festival, online festival, and make it the most incredible experience. For those people that are out there that might be feeling a little bit down, a little bit, lonely, a little bit depressed, maybe a little bit disconnected over the Christmas period. How can we make this the most amazing festival for those people? How can we uplift the planet? On a bigger, broader scale. How can we create such an amazing bubble of love and uplifting energy that we have the biggest impact possible on the planet? So all these things are important things to start considering. That we use this opportunity of people getting together to make it the best opportunity we can. And yeah, so it's an opportunity for our community to really come together, for us as a team to come together, to work together in service of humanity, in service of the planet. And that's ultimately what we're doing, is we're fulfilling our role. If you're called to make the changes on this planet that it so desperately needs. And in that viewpoint is coming from a place of like, this is what you're meant to do. You're here because you were born to be here. Your whole life has been about being in this place at this time with an opportunity to serve. And this is an opportunity to serve, one of many that we get throughout the day. This is my opportunity to serve. And I know that I've been given certain skills and abilities, and this is the way I get to express them. And this is my opportunity. So that's why I'm doing it. And then each person has to ask that for themselves. Is this an opportunity for you to serve? And, it may or may not be. And if it is, then great, then we welcome. And if it's not, then, then we still welcome you anyway. So I think, with these meetings, we'll just like, if we feel that they're valuable. And I think what's valuable and what I felt over the summer period is that, we had this Sacred Sound Festival, and then we started the Sacred Heart Collective, and we do these singing circles. But we never get to actually talk about this stuff. Like, this is really important, to just have these discussions. Like, what is it? Like, what is a community? What is the vision? Why are we connected? Why are we doing this? Like, we just never have these meetings. So as much as people hate meetings, and we don't want to become like a committee, we still want to have opportunities where we can connect and ponder these questions, and ponder how we can fulfill a bigger purpose, and how we can connect together as a group of people with a positive intention and make a positive impact on the planet and ourselves. So I think this is it's good for me. I feel good about this. It's so great to see so many people here, and I think you're all amazing people, and we all have amazing potential, and we all have and I think if we come together as any group of people, as we need to over the only way this planet is going to make the changes that we need to make is by us coordinating and connecting and organizing effectively. So this is just another way for us to organize effectively to make those changes. And it's inspiring. There's nothing more rich and uplifting than being in a group of people with a positive intention, who are aligned because you can achieve anything. You know, anything is possible when we get together and we're aligned. So in this particular moment, it's like creating the most amazing Sacred Sound Festival that is possible. And if you feel that you have a role to play, then I ask you to step up and play that role. You know, I don't know what it is, but hopefully it's something. Otherwise, it'll just be me.
I just wanted to share, yeah, for me, from the beginning of the whole lockdown period, it's become almost like like the signs from source have been so clear from spirit. And the way I function, and the only way I can function these days, is to just follow my heart. It really doesn't come from the mind. And my heart chose this. My heart very much connected to the Heart Collective intention, and that the love and the spirit, and it resonated, and that's why I'm here. So whatever we create, for me, it really feels like it's really coming from the genuine heart space, not the kind of the theory. It's not all up here, it's the energy of the heart field. And that's why I feel we're kind of gathered here. We're coming in from many different pathways and have so much to offer. And we've been doing our own work over a long period of time. And it feels like this conjunction, this period, is asking for everybody to step up and to shine and to work together, and to, you know, it's like it is the time to gather, and it's safe. I feel more safe now than ever to gather and to share my spiritual, you know, my awakening, my heart, my soul. Whereas, you know, for a long time it's been you know, you've had to tread carefully with a lot of people, but it feels like this portal that we're going through is opening up everybody. Everybody's been kind of pushed to elevate and to really face those shadows. And the Sacred Heart Collective, the Sacred Sound Festival, has come right at that time that everybody needs to be held and supported, you know, with what's happening, and to believe in themselves, to believe in what they're experiencing, and to allow it, and to feel safe, and to keep opening the heart to, you know, everything that we do is in the spirit of it's okay to keep opening your heart, because it's the only way that we can change, and the only way that the great change can come is for everybody to keep opening their hearts, because we have to feel it all. We have to feel it all. So for me, that's as soon as I met Samesh and the team, I just knew, my soul just knew. You know, we were talking the other day, Samesh, and you were like, oh, you suddenly started posting and sharing and inviting people to the platform. It's like, I'm totally driven by my heart, and my heart never lies. And the heart just says yes. You know, it's like whatever this space that's been created here with all the different people that are coming together, it feels like a very safe space and a genuine space to be in the heart, and to share from the heart, and to support each other, and emanate that outwards to the community and to everybody right now, who a lot of people are quite discombobulated and feeling quite, yeah, challenged. So yeah, for me, it's all about the heart, and that's what the Sacred Heart Collective represents. You know, it's all about the heart, and it's reminding people to come back to the heart, because we've been in the mind for so long, in the energy of the minefield, and that's where the politics and the separation is happening, because it's all the ideas that are fighting, but we need to bring everybody back into the heart. And going back to what you guys were talking about, but what Annie was talking about the cooperatives as well. Scott and I actually experienced, we had our first experience of living in a cooperative on the land, but it wasn't in the heart. And it was a big lesson about whatever you do, however you gather, whatever ideas you have, the heart needs to be at the forefront of it. because if we are not in a collective of people who are willing to work from the heart field, at some point it will stumble and it will fail, because the mind is too active and there's too much politics, whereas the heart can achieve so much more when we open up and we work together. So I like the idea of the cooperative space. And actually, when we did leave this cooperative, I did feel it was like, okay, if we do the cooperative thing, it has to be with a group of people that are really, they've done the work and they're working from the heart and they're opening from the heart, you know, because you can have all the theories in the world, but if your heart is closed, it can't fully manifest, because spirit comes through the heart. You know, the mind's got to work with the heart, but the heart has to lead. So yeah, very excited about this and about the sacred space. And I don't know if you spoke to Ben. Apparently he and a group of people have bought a plot of land in the Lewis area. Did you hear about this? So he might be one to talk to and find out what they went through, what they had to do. I don't know if that's any use. But yeah.
Yeah, so different people are doing it. Thanks for sharing, Maria. Thank you. I love the way you share. You're a lovely way of talking about the heart. You can be our heart-centered, focused spokesman. You can be our heart spokesman. Yeah, no, you talk about it so beautifully. Way better than I do. So I think it's like, it's actually not what we do, you know, that'll make the difference. I think each person can contribute in the way that they feel able. In, you know, people are contributing many different ways. You know, if you hold a positive intention, that's a beautiful contribution. Whether you're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you know, writing emails and stuff, that's a beautiful contribution. So any level of contribution is totally welcomed and totally appreciated. So I guess we could go through our little group and just see, you know, not that I'm putting anybody on the spot in any way, but, you know, maybe there's some skills here that we don't know about, that, you know, maybe, yeah, I don't want to put anybody on the spot. Like, if anybody wants to feels like they want to volunteer a particular skill, you might I don't know, you might have I don't know, whatever you feel. Maria's gonna volunteer her amazing ability to share about the heart. She's gonna be our heart spokesman. Ginny's gonna share. Yeah, Peter, go for it.
Depending on how well you and Sunny do with the guitar course, I'd absolutely love to contribute musically. No pressure there. I can also definitely help on the technical side.
Great. It's a bit difficult to hear you, Peter. Did you say you can help on the technical side?
Yes.
Hey, fantastic. There we have our first technical volunteer. There you go. Thank you. Great.
I mean, as per last time, I was happy to, as long as I'm around, happy setting up people's sounds. That was quite useful last time, doing the old sound checks and making sure people are sounding as good as they can be. I think most people have got their setups pretty well sorted now, I think, online. But there's still,
yeah, I think people do. People are good. I think most people are up to speed, but yeah. It is like it is quite valuable to actually to have somebody to check in with, isn't it, Martin? Like somebody who can just be that extra ears, because as much as your like sound system can sound great to you, like it may sound completely different to somebody else, and then between one day and the next, you know, your sound might sound good today, and then tomorrow you try it and something's changed. You're not aware of that. So to have somebody who's giving you that feedback is, you know, over the internet is really valuable.
And I've also found it's very nice to be able to connect with performers before they came on and did something. It sort of felt like they're in the room, they're sort of in the festival, and they're in the green room or whatever. And so they, I think that helped people perform as well.
Yeah, and to feel feel that they're being valued, and feel that they are, that they're being looked after. Yeah, it's really, really important. It's so important, you know, that the artists who are contributing their gifts, that they feel valued.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy. I am happy to do the usual sharing, posting. I have access to a mail out as an artist. We have our own mailing list, so that will go out on the mail out, let people know about the festival, let them know that they can access it, inviting people to the platform, so they can find out as and when things are happening. I mean, if you guys need any help, you know, kind of having somebody else hosting or just being present in the room, are you planning to do it all through Zoom and then putting it onto Facebook as well, having it live stream? Yeah. So if you need, like, on other days or like, I know we're going to be supporting Joy with her performance a couple of days after us, possibly at our place, but we'll help with the technical setup. So yeah, if there's any other days that you need extra hands with and help with the other artists, we're happy to help with that as well. Okay.
Great. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Cool. So I'm going to Carl. Carl, are you there? I'd like to say hi. Are you Carl? Are you available to talk? Carl's available to chat. I'm not sure if he's available to talk, but I think he might be listening. Hey, Carl.
Hello, my brother.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I can hear. Hello, senor.
Ah, there he is. Long time.
He came my teeth in our quinta.
Are you in Portugal?
Yeah.
Wow.
In our crazy bath. All
Wow.
built by hand.
We're not going to see you naked, are we?
No. I've got a big dressing gown. I have just had a big massage, so I'm just relaxing.
I have to beef that part out.
Yeah. No, a Ponzi one. Healing for my back. Lots of love to you, brother.
You too.
Good to
How are
see
you guys? Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Pretty.
Hello. Hi. I just wanted to tune in because I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing.
Oh.
But I just don't know. I don't quite know how yet, what, you know, to be of service, but I'd love to, but I don't know what my role is yet. But I know that is the right thing to be Christic right now.
Well, that's great. Well, it's like I was saying,
frozen.
We can hear you. Like I said, just to be open to serve. I think that's the first way you can be valuable to this project. It's just to be open to, if you see something that you get called to just to contribute, then you know that's your opportunity, and we're totally welcome and you know are grateful for your contribution in whatever way it is. And it might just be having a beautiful positive thought and supporting the project with a beautiful intention in your meditations, or supporting in any of that type of way on an energetic level. So and it might be physically, you know, to do emails or sharing it. You know, one thing we can do is that if anybody over the course of the next couple of weeks feels like they come across an artist or a musician that they're really inspired by and thinks that would be a great contribution to the festival, or you have some favorite musicians that you think would be really great, to contact those musicians, maybe send them the information that I've been sending out, and just inviting them to take part in the festival. I'm going to be inviting a whole lot of people, as much time as I have, and I'm going to try, one thing, a great thing about this type of festival is that it's not just big names, but it's also, it gives people like musicians who don't normally perform to big audiences, the opportunity to get some exposure through this medium, this platform that we can give them. So for artists that don't have a big, outreach, this can really, give them some value, and acknowledge them for for sharing their gifts. So we put a lot of effort into marketing and promoting those artists, and they get an opportunity to contribute and be part of the festival. So so it's not all big names, but it's artists from every level of their career. So if you think of any artists that you think would be really amazing for this type of festival, then you can either contact them yourself, or you can forward them their name, and we'll try, and we can try contact them. So that's one way you can contribute. Another way you can contribute is to, when you see the information, is to like and love the posts, and to interact, right? Is the more interaction on the Facebook posts and stuff like that, and the more sharing, the better it's going to be, because the more people will see it. Unfortunately, that's the way Facebook works. And so that's a great thing about the Sacred Heart Collective, is that we are building our own social media platform. And if you haven't already been on the social media platform, it's called a Mighty Network platform. It's our own website, and it's completely only us. And you'll feel the difference when you go on there, and like you start interacting and you start reading through the posts and sort of start connecting on that social media platform. And then you go to Facebook, and it's like, oh, Facebook is so weird. It's just so, it's just like, I want to spend like now as little time as I can on Facebook, because it's just energy draining. It's like a monster just sucking you, just draining you. And it's just, it's horrible. But you come to our platform and everything's light and fluffy, and it's like, oh, it's like daisies and angels, and everybody's, it's just much nicer. It's just cleaner. There's no, there's not like this heavy karmic burden of Facebook. And I don't know, it's just much nicer. So if you feel like, spend some time on the platform, interact on the platform. The more we can push this platform, the more we can make it valuable for other people, and create more like value and interaction on that platform. Share some stuff. If you find some good videos, you can share it with us. That's the way we try and draw people away from this monster that is Facebook, and bring them into like a loving, community supportive space. And then people will start to realize that they don't need Facebook anymore, because they get everything that they need from the community that we've created. All the information that they need, right? If you want any information, all the connection that they need, all the, everything that they need, they can find it on our social media platform. They don't need to be on Facebook. As soon as people make that switch, the world's going to be a better place. I absolutely promise you, the world will be a better place as soon as people realize that Facebook is not, they don't have to be on Facebook, but there are other options, there are other opportunities.
Samesh, are we inviting people to also share like their music, their holistic courses or sessions and things that of high vibration on that platform?
Yeah, everything. Like if you have a course, or you have a skill, or you have a gift, and you want to share it, this is the opportunity. You can create a course on there. It's open to creating courses. It's open to running events. You can just use the platform as your own community. Like use it as much as you want to. It's like a completely free platform for you. The more of your friends that we can have on there, the more rich it'll be, and the more interactive it'll be, and the more powerful it'll be. So we can get like 1,000. If we aim to get 1,000 people on there, then I promise you, it's going to be the most amazing place to be, to connect, to share, to do our courses, to do our workshops, to distribute information, to do our social activism, all that type of all that type of thing. Social activism, it's sacred activism. That's it. Yeah. So to be our do our sacred activism, and you won't be censored on our platform. I promise you. You can post as much as you want about 5G. Nobody's going to censor you. So yeah, you won't.
So, will you be doing the fundraising for the Tree Sisters this time again?
Yeah. So we can raise money for Tree Sisters, and we can raise money for like Amazon Watch, and any other charity that you feel that I think Amazon Watch is a good one. Tree Sisters is a good one. If there's any others that totally inspire you, then we can raise money for that as well. And
the reason why I asked as well is because obviously the Tree Sisters is a great platform for also promoting the Sacred Heart Collective. They've obviously got a huge, they will also offer a huge amount of support with regard.
Yeah, I think they will. I've just never had
media.
Yeah, I've not had, like, on all the events that we've promoted them, which we'll keep on promoting them anyway. I've never really had any interaction from Tree Sisters to say that they're supporting the event because we're supporting them, or they're promoting the event because we're supporting them. So that hasn't happened yet. I haven't had any like feedback to say that that's happened. I don't know how to get to that level where they feel that we're supporting them, so they'll actually support or promote our event with their people. So if you know how to do that, then that would be great.
Mesh.
Yeah,
I'm happy to take pick up that baton.
I don't know who said that, but I think that was Leah. Go, Leah. Let's not stop you. Go for it.
I'm happy to take the baton up and liaise with Tree Sisters. Yes.
Yay! Excellent.
I'm happy to take that baton up. Take the baton and liaise with Tree Sisters.
Great, thanks, Leah. That would be amazing. Joy, you were saying something?
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to mention, so I was part of supporting a kind of grassroots, and it's sort of growing, but it's called Fellowship of the Trees. And it feels like they kind of resonate with this as well, because what they've been doing is building a medicine wheel in the UK with forests. So they bring ceremony and tree planting and community and medicine music together. Yeah, and they did last year. They planted 4 forests at the same time and built these incredible groups. And I know that they've sort of evolved quite a lot since then, but I know they're always open to receive support to buy trees and all of the project they're doing. So I'd be happy to share that if it interested you.
Great, because the point of the day is, like, even if we can't, like, we can try and generate donations and funding, but even if we just have their name on our publicity, they get brand awareness, and they get outreach, and they get awareness. We generate awareness for them. So all that's great. Yeah, maybe you can send us those links.
Yeah,
you can look at them. That'd be great. So
well, I was going to say, Joy, you actually know them, and you were part of that. You were there at the start of the building of that group. So perhaps you could communicate with them, see how they could get involved with the festival. Leah's going to deal with Tree Sisters, and then perhaps you could deal with the Fellowship of the Trees.
Yeah, we're happy to do that. Yeah, and I was just reflecting on service as well. I just want to say thank you for your inspirational speech there. Yeah, because it woke up you know, it can go to sleep, that feeling of service sometimes. And yeah, hearing you, I was like, oh God, I'm ready. So I'm going to reflect a bit more, but there were two ways I wanted to offer support, which was, yeah, I do graphic design. So I'm happy to, if you need graphic design support, and to share all the events on social media. And the other one was something I feel really passionate about, is supporting people that are new to this medicine music, you know, that don't, I work a lot with the voice, so, you know, I help people to kind of let go and to sink into that place where that medicine music, you know, rises from. And I don't know whether that's in the form of like a Zoom kind of workshop, or whether it's like there's a space online or a forum or something like that that encourages people to start to open the voice and connect through meditation and sound, and also like start to write songs together. I don't know if there's a space for new people to have a moment to start, you know, step up and give them that opportunity, because I found that really inspiring when you were saying that, like, you know, you've got this opportunity to step up, and there's probably, I feel like that's the way to go when people are going through this time, is they need that invite, you know, for someone to kind of say, it's okay, come and join us and open your heart and we see you and shine. So that feels really important. I don't know how you feel about that, if there's space somehow for these new people.
It sounds amazing. So that sounds like a workshop.
Yeah.
Some type of workshop that you want to run, or a course you want to run.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I'd be up for that. Because, yeah, I feel the new voices are really important, but, you know, it's so powerful, the work, the blocks around the voice. And yeah.
So yeah, think about it either as a workshop event that you could run, or we can promote through the network, the community, or it could be a course. You can have, you know, 3 or 4 weeks that you could run that. You know, might be one or the other.
Yeah.
Feel into it, and then totally open for you to do something like that. For any, that's an amazing contribution. I think that'd be awesome. Really great.
Good.
Yay. Thanks, Joy. So
Yeah,
guys, just this we're going to put in the chat, because I have created like a WhatsApp group for the production of the festival. So it's just like festival production WhatsApp group, and it's just like where we can connect and discuss, you know, these being, you know, making the Sacred Sound Festival happen. So I'm going to add that sort of invitation to that group on the chat. You're welcome to join that group, and you know, there's no commitment. I'm not going to ask you to, you know, to do anything. It's totally voluntary. You can do nothing. You just be part of the chat, or you could do loads, whatever you feel called to do, you know, in whatever capacity. There's no, you know, if it's just, you know, a few of us doing it, that's great. Or if there's more, that's great as well. You know, it's all going to be good one way or another. So that chat is there. And then, yeah, I think that's the best way to organize, is via that chat group. And again, if you have any ideas of how we can, that's the thing, is like, if you ponder this and like brainstorm within yourself, and over the next few days, if you come up with any ideas of how you can contribute to make this the best festival that it can be, that would be great. And if you think about any musicians that would be great for the festival, and you let us know, that would be great too. And otherwise, you know, just the fact that you've taken part in this meeting, I really appreciate it, and it's been amazing. So thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this vision. My heart is completely overwhelmed by the love I feel from everybody, and I think we can all do some amazing stuff. So thank you so much for your support. It's beautiful. And we'll finish off with some closing words from our heart spokesman. Our goddess of the heart is going to share. Everybody, be irreverent for Maria. No, I'm joking.
You taking the mickey?
If anybody wants to share, just to close the call, I think we should close now. So anybody who feels like sharing last thoughts, thank you so much for coming and taking 2 hours out of your life to join us. And hopefully, let's just, whatever capacity, let's just make this the most amazing Sacred Sound Festival and serve as many people on the highest level that we can, and make an impact on the planet, our own healing and the healing of each one of us, so that at the end of the festival we look back and go, wow, that was a completely uplifting time. It's the most amazing 10 days I've ever spent. That I had the opportunity to connect with all these amazing souls from all over the world over this period of 10 days, and where normally I would have felt lonely and depressed and disconnected, all of a sudden I feel connected and uplifted and at a higher place than I was, because of the contribution of these amazing people. And if we can produce that type of experience in a couple of hundred people, then we'll all feel very blessed that we're able to contribute at that level. And it's a great feeling to feel, to have the feeling that you've contributed to somebody else's life, and you've made a positive change in somebody else and your own life. So that's what I have to say. I hope. Okay, so last chance. Anybody wants to say anything? This is your time. Otherwise, we can finish there. And how about we can? Has anybody got anything to say quickly? I like that. That's a good one. I have a prayer. I have a prayer to say as well. So let's see if I can find this prayer. Sacred Sound Festival. Davidson guitar. No, not there. That's weird. That's completely empty. Let's find here. Music. Songbooks. Medicine songs. Okay. This is the opportunity to see the Sacred Heart Collective app in action, because I'm going to go to the app. Let's go here. Escape that. Make sure everybody can see it. Share. I think it's that one, is it? Yeah. Okay, so here's the app. I'm going to go to courses. In fact, I'm going to go to groups. And I'm going to go to the Medicine Guitar group. And today I shared a songbook. So I'm going to go to the songbook. There's it there. Medicine songbook. Okay.
Oh, Joy's got a medicine songbook too.
Yay. So the way I like this one is it's got this beautiful prayer. So we'll just finish off with this prayer, and then I'll say goodnight to everybody and we'll close the call. Dear God, our Divine Mother and our Divine Father, Great Spirit which lives in each one of us, please help us to keep our intentions in alignment with the highest good for ourselves and for all beings. We call the divine light of love to shine in the places that need healing and to guide our journey here today and always, so that we may share here today in this spiritual work. We call to our allies and guides to protect and purify this space. We wish light and love, harmony and healing, gratitude, peace, and blessings for all beings. Amen. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Love you. We'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Good night. Sleep tight. May the angels look after you at night.